Hi there, my name is Pete, the Projection Penguin. And in this video, we're talking about the 2008 action comedy Speed Racer, based on the 60s anime series of the same name, and created by Tatsuo Yoshida. Speed Racer is about an 18-year-old driver named...
Hey, yo, what do you think you're doing?
What?
No, don't what me. You know exactly what you're doing.
Well, maybe if you weren't busy gallivanting around as a professor, I wouldn't have to step up to the plate for you.
Oh, so this is my fault.
Yes, obviously.
Listen, just do your job. Just play the movie. No one wants to listen to that annoying nasal drone of yours for an entire video. You're the projectionist. Stay in your lane.
Oh, man, I can't believe you said that.
Oh, man, I am so sorry. I hate that expression.
I know. It's such an ignorant thing to say to somebody.
You're right. You're right. Listen, I apologize profusely.
Okay, well, that's very big of you.
But if you ever do that again, I will stuff you and mount you on my dining room wall.
Was that a euphemism?
What you have here is what teams spend years and millions of dollars trying to achieve. Chemistry. I wouldn't dare touch a thing.
Well, excuse me for asking, but what do you want?
To help.
Speed Racer is about an 18-year-old driver following in his older brother's footsteps and trying to become the greatest race car driver.
Vultures! I'm away from the theater for one video and everyone jumps at the chance to replace me? You people make me sick.
You people? What's that supposed to mean?
No, don't start with me, Usher. I am not in the mood. You know, I don't see Clippy or Blag trying this nonsense. I'm supposed to be reviewing Speed Racer today, and this video is already off to the slowest start.
You racist motherfucker.
Come on, get out of here. Go. Chop chop.
Nobody talks to Usher like that.
Directed by the Wachowskis and starring Emile Hirsch, John Goodman, Susan Sarandon, Christina Ricci, Matthew Fox, Polly Litt, and Tim Curry. Roger Allam. Speed Racer was a cinematic flop, earning roughly $20 million less than its estimated production budget.
That's unacceptable. This is over.
Upon release, reviews were anything but positive and took aim at the overpowering visuals and quote-unquote difficult-to-follow narrative. Plans for a sequel were scrapped, and the Wachowskis would go on to direct Cloud Atlas and Jupiter Ascending.
Stop right there.
So I think it might be safe to say that Speed Racer's failure was the beginning of the end. But some argue the film was ahead of its time and worthy of more praise. And over the past 17 years, it has achieved a cult status that seems to support the claim.
That's for you to figure out.
Before we get into it, I'm going to do something I don't usually do in these videos. I'm going to recommend a video from another channel. If you like Speed Racer, or if you're confused about why some people do, head on over to Patrick Willem's channel and check out his video essay on the movie. He goes into a lot of the technical aspects of the film that I don't cover in this review, and it's well worth a watch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Emile Hirsch is Speed Racer, a race car driver living in the shadow of his dead older brother's legacy. In a 15-minute adrenaline-pumping opening montage, we learn about his relationship with his brother and are introduced to his mom, his pops, his little brother Spritle, the family monkey Chim Chim, his best friend and team mechanic Sparky, and his girlfriend Trixie. 8 years previous, Speed's brother, Rex Racer, had set the record at Thunderhead Raceway, and now Speed is on track to beat it. After a falling out with Pops and an onslaught of negative press surrounding some questionable racing antics, Rex leaves home, abandoning his family. He dies shortly thereafter during the Casa Cristo 5000, a dangerous rally race full of ruthless drivers. Despite the rumors surrounding his brother, Speed continues to idolize Rex and honors him by finishing the Thunderhead race a fraction of a second slower than the track record. Riding high on his victory, the Racer family is visited by E.P. Arnold Royalton Esquire, the president and chairman of Royalton Industries, a corporate competitor interested in recruiting Speed and Racer Motors. Everyone is apprehensive about Royalton's offer because of a deep-seated distrust of corporate sponsors.
We got our eye on you, mister.
Excellent.
Reluctantly, they agree to travel to Royalton's corporate headquarters to listen to his pitch. Speaking of corporate sponsors, this video is sponsored by no one. Fuck sponsors. Well, slight correction. Fuck corporate sponsors. But individual sponsors, otherwise known as channel members, are the best. I just started offering memberships and wanted to take a moment to thank the folks who have gotten in on the ground floor. In addition to a new thank you section for ongoing members at the end of each new video, I'll be including a short celebratory acknowledgement in each review going forward for new members. So without further ado, take it away, me! Membership is cheap and comes with a few perks, but it also makes future videos possible. So if you enjoyed these reviews and want to see the channel grow, become a Maniac today. Royalton puts on quite a show, giving the Racer family a full tour and a glimpse of what's available to Speed if he agrees to join the Royalton Industries team. Pops isn't entirely convinced and leaves the decision to Speed,
I'm feeling more intimidated than impressed. This kind of company scares me.
who is also reluctant to commit.
I guess I'd like to think about it. If I could.
Meanwhile, gang leader and race fixer Cruncher Block has his goons beat the snot out of Rain for not cooperating with his race-fixing plans. When, out of nowhere, Racer X shows up and starts indiscriminately filling Cruncher's mobile office with hot lead. Outgunned and desperate to get away, Cruncher throws Rain out of the back of the truck and disappears into the night. Racer X then tries to convince Rain to join forces with him, Inspector Detector, and the Corporate Investigation Bureau in order to take down Cruncher and the corporations behind the illegal race fixing. Speed returns to Royalton and turns down the corporate sponsorship, at which point Royalton drops his helpful and kind facade and reveals some harsh truths. He explains to Speed that the racing industry is corrupt to the core and nothing more than a tool for corporate interests and stock market manipulation.
It has nothing to do with cars or drivers. All that matters is power and the unassailable might of money.
Royalton threatens Speed, offering him one final chance to be a part of his team.
So last chance. You ready to put away your toys and grow up? Are you ready to make more money in 1 year than your father made in his whole life? Are you ready to become a real race car driver? Then sign that contract!
Should he decline, Royalton will ensure that Speed loses the next race. Not only that, he'll destroy Racer Motors' reputation.
Listen to me and listen good, kid. Because I'm going to give you one more history lesson. You're going to go to Fuji, and you're going to try and prove that everything I just told you is nothing but a lie. But no matter how well you drive, you won't win, you won't place. I guarantee you right now, you won't even finish the race.
As Royalton's threats come to pass, Racer X and Inspector Detector pay the Racer family a visit. They've been investigating Royalton's shady practices for years, but don't have enough evidence to do anything about it. But Rain, does. He's got a file of information that could put Royalton and Cruncher away for years.
The problem is, he won't give us the file unless we help him stop the takeover of his family's company.
The twist? The race is the Casa Cristo 5000.
What?
The cross-country rally that killed Rex Racer. Supposedly.
I'm sorry, Inspector, but I've already lost one son to that death trap. I won't lose another.
Pops loses it and forbids Speed from entering the race. But Speed puts his family first and, egged on by Trixie, decides to enter the race behind his father's back. Inspector Detector's team adds a ton of modifications to the Mach 5 to help Speed survive the cutthroat race, which he's gonna need because Cruncher has put the fix in on Rain's team, bribing multiple other teams to target and remove them from competition. The sabotage doesn't take them out of the race, but it does put them several steps away from first place. Back at the Racer residence, Spritle spills the beans and Pops finds out that Speed has lied to him about the race.
It's Speed!
Speed skiing.
Then who's driving the Mach 5?
Speed also begins to suspect that Racer X is his dead brother. Confronted by his irate father, Speed stands up for himself and his family and refuses to back out of the race.
I'm sorry, Pop. I'm staying.
No, you're not. We're going home right now!
Pops reluctantly agrees to help his son. Later that night, Speed, Rain, and Racer X are attacked in their sleep by ninjas. They manage to fend off their attackers, and Pops shows one of the ninjas what a Greco-Roman wrestling state champion can do. But Rain is drugged and in no condition to drive. The only option? The Trixie solution. Alright, well, a bunch of fairly irrelevant stuff happens from here on out, and then we get a wild fight in the middle of a mountain valley, and Speed survives the cave where his brother supposedly died, and Rain's team wins the race. Soon after, it's revealed that Rain was just using Speed and Racer Soon after, it's revealed that Rain was just using Speed and Racer X to drive up the stock of his family business, and never had any intention of helping them with their case against Royalton. And Speed confronts Racer X, believing him to be his dead brother.
You're Rex, aren't you?
But finds out that it isn't the case. Or is it? No, it's not.
You're not Rex.
I'm sorry, but your brother is dead.
It's just Matthew Fox. Or is it? Disgusted by his brother's actions, Rain's sister shows up to the Racer residence and gives Speed the Grand Prix invitation that was given to Rain for winning the Casa Cristo 5000. Speed and his team shift into overdrive to rebuild the Mach 6 in time for the big race. Despite Royalton's best efforts to remove Speed from the race, the young driver manages to survive endless attacks from fellow racers, expose Royalton's corrupt, cheating ass, and win the race by driving through a visual representation of an orgasm. Everyone celebrates, Royalton goes to jail. Oh, and Racer X has a flashback that reveals that, yes, he is in fact Rex Racer. The end. Speed Racer is a weird movie. It is by no means perfect, and it certainly isn't made for everyone. It's a 2-hour LSD fever dream, seizure and headache-inducing montage masquerading as a feature film.
There are times when I have to close my eyes.
It's a frenetic live-action cartoon based on a one-dimensional cartoon from the 60s about a sociopathic race car driver that exists in a world of Saturday morning logic and zero punctuation. No, not that zero punctuation. This zero punctuation.
Pops, no matter what you say, I'm going to continue being a professional racer.
That's no way to talk to your own father. I forbid you to race right now, and that's final.
Then I'm sorry, Pops. You give me no choice but to run away from home. Goodbye, Pops.
Rex, don't be a fool. All I'm asking is that you wait a few more years until you've gained experience. All right, if you feel that way, then stay away.
In a world of Da Vinci's and Van Rins and Hoppers and Renoirs, Speed Racer is a Warhol, challenging the status quo and elevating the mundane into a work of art. And like Warhol, some of it is groundbreaking and some of it is pretty meh. I mean, come on guys, it's a can of soup. I'm gonna put my cards on the table here. I like this movie.
What?
I think it has way more going for it than people initially gave it credit for. When I was a kid, I would occasionally catch reruns of Speed Racer on TV, and maybe it was my youth or the infrequency of the viewings or the oddly hypnotic low-budget animation, but it was a magical experience. I mean, come on, a race car driver named Speed Racer? Spritle and Chim Chim hiding out in the trunk of a jet engine on wheels? Shit like this? And that song, exhilarating. Hands down, my favorite cartoon theme song. It's not even close. But as enamored as I was with the show as a kid, I 100% understand how some people could watch it and wonder if I was mentally ill for liking it. It's knucking futz.
Ah, thanks.
Granted, compared to Teletubbies, it's fucking Shakespeare. But you get what I'm trying to say. There are so many things you can criticize about it, and you would be absolutely justified in doing so. But those are also the things that make it amazing. Just like The Room or Double Down or Samurai Cop, the elements that one person would criticize are the elements that another person would derive enjoyment from.
What kind of excuse is that? It's ridiculous.
What's that saying? One person's trash is another person's treasure? Something like that? I think this holds true for the 2008 adaptation, albeit in a few different ways. The animation and unconventional editing and chaotic action scenes can either give you goosebumps or make you lose your lunch. The acting is by no means terrible, but it's also not bringing home any awards. The story is serviceable, I'd even go so far as to say it's compelling, but it's not mind-blowing. Where Speed Racer truly excels is in innovation and spirit.
Now I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that load of sickening schmaltz, and I'm going to give you a bit of an education. At the end of it, if you're smart, you'll thank me.
The Wachowskis made something unlike anything else, something that simultaneously follows convention and breaks it relentlessly. It is traditional storytelling masked in a fluid visual language akin to impressionist or even expressionist art. And the movie does something so incredibly rare for a big-budget Hollywood production. It captures the spirit of the source material. Sure, it's flashier and more polished. The stilted dialogue is gone. The low production values are replaced with an overabundance of high production values. And yet it is, without a doubt, Speed Racer. The biggest problem the movie has is with its target audience. It released at a time when young kids had no idea what Speed Racer was, and the adults who grew up watching the show were generally too old to deal with that shit. It's understandable. The movie is more or less The Matrix with cars as envisioned by a Japanese Robert Rodriguez. I don't know where I'm going with all of this.
I can see you've been giving some serious thought to this thing.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you like kids' movies that don't treat kids like idiots, or if you have strong feels for the original television series, or if you can appreciate filmmakers who are trying to do something original, well, you'll probably like, if not love, Speed Racer. If you're a stickler for top-notch acting, or you hate movies oversaturated with color or CGI, or if you prefer more linear storytelling and scene transitions, then this movie will probably drive you to drink. Which, come to think of it, might help you enjoy it more. At the end of the day, I think this will remain a fairly divisive film. While there is a renewed and growing interest in the movie, a slow turning about face with regards to the initial impressions, the fact of the matter is that the stylistic direction the Wachowskis took will always turn some people off. Listen, there are a large majority of movies out there that just aren't worth your time.
Oh, I see.
They are so banal and inconsequential that not watching them is a legitimately good life choice. But on the edges of the cinematic landscape are movies that are great or terrible or innovative or historically important. These are movies that you may love or you may hate, but are definitely worth your time in one form or another. I would argue that at the very least, Speed Racer falls into this category. Whether you hate it or you love it, it's worth checking out.
If you say so.
Because Speed Racer is a pretty awesome movie.
Are you insane?
Or a pretty terrible one. I guess it depends on who you ask. I don't know. I think it's okay.
Yeah, you would.